When you look strictly on the flyer alone, the overall idea you will perceive from this "we are not safe" statement will refer to the insecurity of the people that live in Ghana. And that's just the face value. But if you have followed up on what's happening on the internet recently, especially on social media, you also know that there is a connotation of a particular group of people in relation to this statement. You know it, I know it. Let's not play games with it or waste anybody's time. Now, I find that statement to be very relative depending on your location and economic situation, because many people in Ghana feel very safe. Ghana generally is a safe place to live, and therefore, in the right context, it is in reference to other Ghanaians whose lives are endangered one way or the other by way of where they live or the streets they use often. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, there are certain places in the country that has become quite dangerous to move around, especially at night, and certain foreign or irregular occurrences that are becoming common of late. This is where the problem is. And in all honesty, the overall security in the last few months in Ghana hasn't been the best. If you're objective, that is a fair conclusion. There are a lot of things stated on the flyer that are actually happening on a daily basis. I have to be honest. So let's deal with them one at a time. Illegal and undocumented immigrants in Ghana. That is one of them. That is a genuine issue to discuss. This is because there are tens of thousands of non-Ghanaians in the country who are completely unknown. They are unknown, and I mean they have no printed identification to prove who they are and why they are here. Now, most of such people came into the country through unapproved routes. They have no identification whatsoever. We don't even know what their real names are. We have no record of who they were in their home countries, ladies and gentlemen. But the immigration system in Ghana makes it possible for a non-Ghanaian to be known within the country. If you didn't know, I want to bring this to your attention. Ghana provides two types of identification systems. We have the Ghana card that is given to citizens of the country, and then we have the foreigners Ghana card. The foreigners Ghana card is given to all non-citizens of this country, and that is mostly mandatory, ladies and gentlemen, those who live often in this country. So if you are a non-citizen and you don't have a non-citizen Ghana card, you become suspicious. We don't know who you are. Therefore, going on a walk or protest against such people is the right thing to do, but must be done right. This is where, if we have to do it, we have to get it done right. The walk must be ultimately directed towards the law enforcement agencies to handle. This walk, or this silent protest, if I may call it so, must be directed towards the different legally mandated agencies in the country. If that is the purpose for the walk, then ladies and gentlemen, I will admonish all Ghanaians, including myself, to join in. We have the obligation to force the hand of our state institutions to get to work. This is how democracy is practiced. The Inspector General of Ghana's police should be held accountable for when crime is increasing. The Comptroller General of Immigration Service of Ghana must be held accountable for the issues that is related to non-Ghanaians loitering on our streets and dealing in all manner of illegal enterprises. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how we ought to do it. Let's not just walk and drum and chant for nothing. If we are going to walk or protest, let's do it differently from the rest of the chaos that is happening on the other parts of the world.
Everywhere, especially Greater Accra.
Me say okwa showman now. Any showman estate pabinya.
Yes.
Nigeria for ya do so ache Ghana for na yawa.
And Kofi ni made. Sa girls ni bebree informant ma criminals.
Yes.
Nti wo be father de no ko fie anase ebia ta be fa no regular customer o de no ko hotel na o redo
Mr. President, I am here again with another pressing issue, sir. Prostitution has become rampant in Ghana. Prostitution is not legal in Ghana. Prostitution is against our constitution. But allegedly, there's a cartel in Ghana that is shipping young underage girls from Nigeria to Ghana. Mr. President, kindly come to the Spintex Road at night and see the sudden truth of our reality. Young girls who are below the age of 18 are openly practicing prostitution. I personally had the opportunity to speak to one who said she was brought to Ghana by a certain woman who has rented an apartment for her, including other girls, and they go out to practice sex hawking and bring money to this woman. Mr. President, this girl was only 16 years old. It is alleged that there is a group of people shipping these girls from Nigeria into our country, and this is not good for our image. National security and every other agency who has children at heart, who has our law and our constitution at heart, to come to our aid. Go to places like Osu, Oxford Street at night. Go to places like Spintex Road, around the Chrisberry Road, on the Spintex Road at night, and see for yourself. Investigate them. Don't just arrest these girls. These girls are innocent. Investigate them. Find out the root cause. Who is bringing them to Ghana? And we will all know finally whether there is a king in Ghana or there is no king in Ghana.